Hello everyone, Trevor here, as always, doing a different type of video today, as you could probably tell. Not in my normal spot where I usually am, doing a audio-only show today, as I will be previewing the All Elite Wrestling pay-per-view taking place tomorrow night from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, Double or Nothing 2022. This is the fourth annual show of this event, and the one that it all started for this company, and also the first time they will be back in Las Vegas since the 2019 show because of you know what. So, doing a different type of video today. I'm trying this out. Might do this again at some point, maybe not. Talking with my wrestling homies today, the people who love the wrestling. So, if this is your type of video, stick around. If not, that's okay. Just wanted to do something a little different because tomorrow night's the pay-per-view, and I wanted to give my thoughts on a couple things. This is going to be a loaded show, and not just talking about the quality of the matches, but the amount of matches itself. This is a 12-match card that's starting at 7:30 for the pre-show, 8 o'clock the main show, and there are a couple things at hand here, which I will get into later, but 12 matches for a pay-per-view, dear Lord, this thing, it might be going past 12:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when it's starting at 8. So this is definitely the biggest pay-per-view in terms of the amount of matches so far for AEW. But looking at this card, there are definitely a couple matches that do stand out, and I will be getting into those. But compared to previous pay-per-view cards going into it, it doesn't have that, every match could be a banger. Like, I'm looking at some of these, and like I said, we'll get into it, and it just doesn't interest me. So, let's just get right into it. And the first match we will be talking about today will be the buy-in match on the pre-show. Hook and Danhausen, also known as Hookhausen, will be facing Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling, the lawyer, in this tag team match. Yeah, this one's going to be very fun. As a fan of Hook and Danhausen, yeah, this is your pre-show match to get the show going. Obviously, the faces are going to win, Hook and Danhausen. They will give Nese and Sterling some time. Obviously, Smart Mark Sterling is taking the pin here. I mean, come on. Like, really, you're not going to pin Tony Nese. Who gets the pin? I don't know. Will they give it to Danhausen? Will they give it to Hook? I think it will be Hook. But I am excited for this. I joke around and say that this could be match of the year, but Hook and Danhausen, this will be a great match to kick off the night. Get those feelings high. So that's it for the pre-show. The buy-in, as they like to call it, one match because it is starting at 7:30. And then we just get into it, 8 p.m. And I'm not doing this in any particular order. I will obviously save the main event for last because, dear Lord, I don't know how you're going to build this card. There are just so many matches. And I just don't know how Tony Khan is going to do it, but we'll see. So, the first match I do have on here, this was added last night after Rampage. Frankie Kazarian, Sammy Guevara, and Ty Conti versus the TNT champion Scorpio Sky, All Ego Ethan Page, and Paige Van Zandt in a 6 mixed tag match. This did not need to be on the show. It just didn't. You could have saved this for Dynamite on Wednesday. Why? Why did we need to add more matches to an already stacked card? And the fans don't like Sammy and Ty. They just don't. I pray the heels win. They probably won't. But Not a fan of this at all. I could care less personally. Um, this didn't need to be on the show. It just didn't. They'll probably get 15 minutes, 10 to 15 probably, but I don't care. This didn't need to be on the show. So, as much as I do want the heels to win, I think they will give it to the faces. The fans won't be happy about it at all. And I just don't care. So, we'll see what happens with that one. The next one, again, added after Rampage tonight, Darby Allin and Kyle O'Reilly. Now, again, this could have been a Dynamite match. This is actually a Dynamite match. Adding it to, once again, a stacked card. But, talking it over with some friends last night. What up, by the way? The VC Squad. How you guys doing? It could be a good match. Darby Allin obviously is great. Kyle O'Reilly is good. And they've been, Darby Allin's been with Sting for a while. Kyle O'Reilly, obviously, with the Red Dragon, Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, the Young Bucks. You got two guys here that do good as in a group, but we haven't seen them in singles competition for a while. This could be a good match. I'm not going to put down this match. I think it could be great. But, again, with the way how big this card is, I don't know how much time they're going to get. Maybe they'll get 15. Maybe. They could only give them 10. I don't know. But we will see what happens. It could be a good match. It really could be. And I give them the best, and hopefully, how do I describe it? Tony Khan could just tell them, hey, you guys got 15 minutes. Go out there. Do something. Book a match on the fly. We will see what happens. So, the next match, as I take a sip of Gatorade. Okay, now this one. This could be a show stealer right here. We have the Death Triangle with the Bastard Pac, Penta Oscuro, and Rey Fenix, the Lucha Brothers, against the House of Black with Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews. Yeah, this match right here is going to be something. A 6-man tag. Hopefully this finally puts this feud to bed. But this could be great right here. I mean, any match you got the Lucha Bros in it is going to be a show stealer. They know what they're doing. And then you add Pac to it. Malachi Black is great. Every person in this match is good. And this could steal the show. This could be a show stealer. And in a very packed card, this could be one of those matches that steal the show. And I hope it does. I got high expectations for this match. I hope they do it good. I think the faces will win after everything building up to this with the black mist in the eyes, the House of Black, doing their thing. I think they give it to the faces of Pac, Penta, and Rey Fenix. And, I totally forgot to give a prediction for the last one. Darby Allin and Kyle O'Reilly. It would be nice to see Kyle O'Reilly win. It would be. Maybe they give it to Darby. I kind of hope they don't give it to Darby. I would like to see Darby actually take a pin here, but we'll see. I hope Kyle O'Reilly wins that, but Death Triangle is winning this 6-man tag though, so hopefully it lives up to the hype that I'm giving it. This next one now, the Elite versus Delete, as they're calling it. The Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson versus the Hardys, Matt and Jeff Hardy. So, yeah. I know why they're doing it, but I just pray that the Hardys can keep up with Matt and Nick. They are definitely on the back nine. You've seen, if you've been watching Dynamite and Rampage, and if you've seen the Hardys, Jeff himself, he gets blown up in 5 minutes. Like, the dude can. I mean, look, they are older guys. They've given everything to this business. The Hardy brothers have done anything and everything to the wrestling business in their careers. They don't owe anything to it. We thank them. We don't owe them anything for in their career. But now you're at this point where you signed with AEW. Well, Matt's been there. Jeff finally comes in. And now you're doing this match. Which, it was going to happen, but this is going to be a Young Buck style match. But can the Hardys keep up with them, though? Can they? People have expectations for this. I think they're going to be disappointed. I really do. I don't. I think this is going to be a letdown, and I'm putting my mind to it. But who knows? Maybe they got one more in them. And this will probably be the last type of match they do. But I don't know, man. They've been building this up. If you've watched Being the Elite, they've been teasing it forever now. I don't know. Young Bucks probably win, but the match itself is going to be very, very interesting here. And I don't know if the Hardys can keep up with it, but we will see what happens tomorrow night. So next up, I'm going to talk both Owen Hart tournament finals, the men's and the women's. We're going to start with the men's side of the bracket, where we will be having Adam Cole, baby, against Samoa Joe. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. Definitely excited for this one. As a Samoa Joe fan and an Adam Cole fan, this is going to be great. This reminds me of a TNA match back in 2007. I kind of compare Adam Cole to AJ Styles a bit with their styles, quote unquote styles, how they perform in the ring. And I love Samoa Joe. This could be one of those old school type matches. I think they've met in ROH before. I think maybe, I don't think they met in NXT. I don't think so. I think Samoa Joe was on the main roster by the time Adam Cole came in. But this could be a great match. And I hope it is. And I want Samoa Joe to win. I really do. I'm pulling for Joe here. I love Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is... God, I just love him in the ring. And I always have ever since the first time I saw him. So I hope they give it to Joe. But the reason why I don't think they'll give it to him, as we flip to the woman's side now, we got Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, against Ruby Soho. Now, I always thought Ruby Soho would win this woman's side of the bracket. I picked her to win. But man, watching Rampage last night, after she beats Chris Statlander, she got booed. The crowd was not happy that Ruby Soho won, which kind of confuses me. I really don't get what the problem is here. I guess they were hoping, now that Chris Statlander has this new quote-unquote gimmick about her, that she would win, but I always thought it was going to be Ruby anyway, so that kind of confused me. But she is facing Britt Baker, and Adam Cole, Britt Baker, are a couple. At least, did they get married? I don't know if they got married or not, but they are together. The power couple. I'm afraid that they're just going to give them both to Adam Cole and Britt Baker. And Martha Hart will be in the ring, handing out both of them to the power couple at the same time. I'm hoping they don't go that way. I really, really don't. If one of them does, hey, I'm fine with one of them. But I pray it's not both. I just don't like the idea of that. And I got nothing against Adam Cole or Britt Baker. They are great in the ring. I love them both. I like watching them. They do great matches, but I just hope they don't go in the direction that I'm hope they're going. So we'll see what happens. I like Samoa Joe. And I'm going to stick with Ruby Soho. I think Britt, now that I'm thinking about it, will probably win, but I'll stick with Ruby Soho. I've had her winning from the start, but pulling for Joe against Adam Cole. But both of these matches should be great, and we will see what happens with them. Next up now, oh boy, here we go with this one. Anarchy in the Arena with the Jericho Appreciation Society and Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson, Santana and Ortiz, and Eddie Kingston. Yeah, this is going to be a bloody mess, as Jon Moxley said it himself. And the funny thing about this is your stadium stampede, pretty much. This is, now that they're back in Vegas, this is your quote-unquote stadium stampede for this year. And even Chris Jericho said it a couple weeks ago. Oh, I want to do Stadium Stampede 3. And then Jon Moxley immediately grabbed the microphone. He says, yeah, I don't do that shit. Fuck you. I don't do gimmick matches. He just wants a fight. This dude just wants to fight, and dear Lord, this is going to be a mess. They're probably going to go... They're saying Anarchy in the Arena? I hope they go everywhere. Really, I hope they do. I want them fighting on the concourse, backstage, in the crowd. Hell, take it outside even, down the Vegas Strip. You're at T-Mobile. It's right there. Take it to the Vegas Golden Knights practice facility, for all I care. This is gonna be just one of those brawl-type matches. So it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be the technical affair that you want. And they do this... the reason why, I mean, you see one of these matches pretty much on every pay-per-view. Tony Khan grew up an ECW fan. I think that pretty much explains it. He loves those... He gives one of these type matches every time on the show to appease him and the old school ECW fans, and I don't blame them. You know, I do. Your whole show shouldn't be based around it, obviously, but you know, one of these matches every pay per view, I don't mind. It's just going to be one of those mayhem type matches, really. So it's going to go everywhere. The faces are winning. Moxley, Danielson, Santana, Ortiz, and Eddie Kingston. At least I think they do. Maybe they give it to the heels. Will there be a fireball by the wizard he calls himself now, Chris Jericho? Which is the fucking greatest thing ever. This dude's calling himself a wizard because he threw a fireball at somebody. Jesus Christ, Jericho. So yeah, this match is gonna be... It's just gonna be hell. It's gonna be mayhem, and we'll just see what happens with it. And with guys like Jericho, Moxley, and Danielson, who are from WWE, they'll know how to book a match like this. They're probably meeting today in a hotel room somewhere and being like, all right, this is how we're going to do this. You know, they'll do it good. I have faith. This next one. All right, here we go now. The long-awaited finale to this 6-month feud between Maxwell, Jacob Friedman, MJF, against Wardlow. So yeah, this match has been 6 months in the making, about at least, you know. And the build up to this, the past, ever since Wardlow gave CM Punk the win at the last pay-per-view against Revolution, has been fantastic. There have been a couple hiccups along the way. It hasn't been totally perfect, but for 95% of this build-up has been great. Wardlow is a complete face. This crowd loves him. Absolutely. Excuse me. The pop he gets every time he comes out, Wardlow, Wardlow. It's Goldberg. It's freaking Goldberg. He's coming out handcuffed with security guards with no music. And he doesn't even need it. Because the crowd is just chanting his name. They love him. MJF, obviously, the best heel in the business right now. And yes, I freaking said it. Argue a tree with me. MJF is the best heel in all of wrestling right now. Fight me. I think he is. He's great at what he does. And even he could be a face for one night when he goes home to Long Island. He's so good at what he does. And yes, I know the obvious. 2024, his contract is expiring. Where will he go? I think he stays, personally. I think he'll have more creative freedom at AEW. But if WWE is going to come in and offer him, I don't know, $5 million, let's say, I'm just making up a random number, of course he's going to go and take the money. But that's a different discussion for a different day. Back to this match. The build-up has been great. We had the best segment of the year at that Long Island show, where they did the spoof of Dark Side of the Ring, the contract signing. It was 100% perfect that night. Absolutely. Now, here's the unfortunate part. I would love MJF to win here. He's like, I was discussing this again with the VC squad last night, my friends that I talked to on a couple of night basis on Discord. What up, boys, again? MJF hasn't had a lot of pay-per-view success. Sure, he's won a couple matches, but the big ones, he's hasn't really showed up. I would love for him to win. I really would. And I would have plans for him winning later on in the show, which I will get to. But, I mean, you're not going to let MJF win after all this. After the 6 months of build-up. After everything you've done. MJF could bring out everybody he knows in the back to try and interfere in this match. But he still ain't winning. It's Wardlow's time. You don't do a 6-month feud like this just to let the heel win. And with the stipulation on the line that he can't even wrestle for the company if he loses. So, Wardlow is winning, but I would really love for MJF to. And I think this will be a good match. People are like, MJF, Wardlow, will it be that good in the ring? I think it could be. They have two obviously different styles, but you know, it's funny. Wardlow did an interview with the New York Times the other day, which that's hilarious in itself that the New York Times would cover wrestling. And Wardlow was in complete character the whole time too, which was great. I'll actually link that article in the description of this video if you would like to check it out. And he just got on to talking about MJF and like, oh, what he does is great, you know, he's good. What he does for the business is great, but he's a complete suck up. He's a complete heel. He's a dick, pretty much. Called him a dick. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the ring, you know. This is obviously the match they put the most into on this card, as in terms of booking and everything. So we'll see what happens with it. Oh god, this next one. Do I have to talk about this? Why did this need to be added? Why? Again, another match that should not be on this card. The TBS Championship will be on the line between Jade Cargill and Anna Jay. Why? Why is this on the show? Someone want to help me here? This match should go no longer than 5 minutes. It shouldn't. I'm not a fan. Okay, look, this is nothing against Jade Cargill. Nothing at all. But I'm just not a fan. I'm not. I mean, yeah, I get why people do like her, but I can't get behind her with these matches that she does. Now there's a way to for me now there's a way to do her right, and I've been saying this for months. If you're gonna have Jade in the ring, doing these matches, it can't be longer than 5 minutes. It can't be. And once again, I'm gonna bring up Goldberg. A Goldberg match should be 5 minutes tops. That's all you need. Anything longer, you're ruining it. The match, it's done. They're probably gonna give him 10, which is not what I want, but whatever. I can't get behind her. She needs if you're gonna build her up and you're building her up, she's undefeated this, blah blah blah. She has to win quickly. And I just can't get behind her with these long matches. I was at the Atlantic City AEW show for Dynamite earlier this year, and Jade had a match. And after 3 minutes, the crowd is dead. The crowd was dead. We were talking about Hook in my section, for Christ's sake. You can't have her do these long matches. It just doesn't fit her style. And this match was just made on the fly Wednesday night just to be added to the card. Jade wins, obviously, but I just don't care, and I won't. I'll be making food or something, or getting up and stretching my legs during this one, man. I don't care. And when they put it on the card, oh boy. If they put this in a depth spot, oh boy, people are not going to be happy. Alrighty, let's move on here. Okay, here we go. The tag team title match. Now, this could be an interesting one. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. All right, a 6. Okay, a 3-team, 6-man tag match. So 3 teams of 2. We have, obviously, the Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus, the tag team champs. Team Taz represented here with Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Will Hobbs. And then we have the new quote-unquote team of Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. What I'm most excited about for in this match is the big guys, honestly. I mean, Luchasaurus is great. Powerhouse Hobbs is great. Keith Lee is fantastic. If there was just a triple threat between those 3, hell, I wouldn't care. Buy my money for that one. This could be good. This could be one of those matches, people like, triple threat tag team for the titles, could be a little too much, but this could be good. This could be a good match. You got people in here that know what they're doing. And I don't think this is a show stealer per se, but this could be one of those matches where people look at it more once it's done than before it. I think the titles will stay for now with the Jurassic Express, which it is time to dump them, in my opinion. I would love, honestly, if they were to lose it, because, yeah, they've been building up this little thing between Jungle Boy and Christian Cage. And this is going back to last year's Double or Nothing, where Jungle Boy eliminated Christian Cage in the Casino Battle Royale. Which, by the way, no Casino Battle Royales in this pay-per-view. Pretty weird. Pretty weird. Pretty interesting thought there. Maybe they're saving it. But this is what this show has always been. The Casino Battle Royale, where the winner gets a title shot. Not in this show, apparently. Again, maybe if you dumped a match or 2 that you don't need, boom, you could have added that. But, what the hey. I'm not the one building it. So, they've been building this thing between Jungle Boy and Christian Cage for a while now, and they will eventually feud. Does it happen at this show? I'm not sure. I would like to if it does, because they've been building it up for a while, but I think the champs do retain. I would love, honestly, man, I just don't know. It's like any one of these teams could honestly win. I mean, looking at it. But I just can't wait to see the big guys go at it, And then you got Jungle Boy, obviously, Ricky Starks, and Swerve Strickland. You got guys in here that don't know what they're doing, and it could be a good match. So we'll see what happens with that one. Moving on, we got the AEW Women's World Championship between Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb. Oh boy, if this goes on right before the main event, oh boy, people are not going to be happy. And honestly, looking at this so far, it hasn't been a good build-up, really. It's just been kind of middling. But, again, just like the tag titles, this could be a good match. Both women in here know what they're doing. Serena Deeb obviously is great. I like Thunder Rosa. They could have a good match together. They really could. And depending on where they book this in the card, you give them a little time, they could do something here. So I do think Thunder Rosa retains because she just got the title a couple weeks ago. But you could build this for a rematch down the line where Serena Deeb could possibly win. Maybe at All Out in September. So we'll see what happens there. And finally, and I am 31 minutes into recording this. If you're all still watching, by the way, thank you for watching as always. I do appreciate it. We have the AEW World Championship on the line, live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is your main event of the evening. The challenger from Chicago, Illinois. He is CM Punk. And the champion from Orange Creek, Virginia. The Cowboy, Hangman, Adam Page. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is gonna be great. Now, people are looking at this one like, Hangman and Punk, is Hangman really that good of a champion? Yes. And I think he's gonna prove it with this match here. I think this will be Hangman's best match that he's had as champion. And it finally, gets him more respected. However, and I did bring this up at the beginning. So, 12 matches on this card, right? That's a lot. Well, unfortunately, during the Double or Nothing media call the other day, Tony Khan brought up that if there was a Game 7 between the Miami Heat and Boston Celtics in the NBA's Eastern Conference Final, that the main event will not start until after that game ends. Well, guess what is going to Game 7 after last night? The Miami Heat and Boston Celtics. That means that this match will not start until that game ends, and who the hell knows when that is going to be. I have a major problem with that. Because, look, Tony, people are not going to switch from a basketball game, a Game 7 win-or-go-home game, to a pay-per-view that's already 4 hours in, and it costs $50. Now, I'm not arguing the price, because it's a standard pay-per-view cost. They only have 4 pay-per-views a year. I can live with that. 5 this year because of Forbidden Door, but that's fine. But people are not just gonna, this basketball game just ended. There's this wrestling show on. It costs $50 and there's only one more match left. You're not going to justify the $50 purchase for people just buying it for one match. Now, in fairness, the show saves to your Bleacher Report live account after it ends. And you could watch that thing anytime. Like, I bought Double or Nothing last year. I could go back and watch that right now. if I so desired. So you can VCR it. It's going to be there to watch the whole thing, but I just don't see people, the casual viewer, which has been struggling lately because of the NBA and NHL playoffs. We do know that the ratings are a little lower than what they should be in the 18 to 49. But for a wrestling show, are you going to really just buy it for one match and then watch the rest later? No. That's not how logic works. If you're buying this pay-per-view, you're probably doing it with a group of friends, and you're going to watch the whole thing from the start. You're not going to buy it for just the main event. And if you do purchase it beforehand, hey, you know what? Maybe you purchase, you know what? Hey, actually, a good point. Maybe you do purchase it beforehand. But I just don't see you switching. And who knows when that game is ending? It could end at midnight, for all we know. It could go to multiple overtimes. Who knows what's going to happen? It's a live sporting event. You don't know when that stuff ends. This is also live. But for that game could go to 10 overtimes. Who knows what's going to happen? I just don't see them switch. I just don't see the switch from after that ends to this show. I don't. I don't get where he came up with this logic. I don't know. And it doesn't make sense. So with that being in mind, I guess that's why we got 12 matches to kill time. And dear Lord, who knows when when that main event starts. Like I said, this show could go to 12:30, 1 a.m. East Coast time. 9, 10, 11, 12. That could be, we could be in for a 5-hour pay-per-view. And I don't like that because it sounds very WWE-esque. But I don't know. I don't know. So, with that being in mind, we go back to the match. This could be a great match. You got two guys in there that know what they're doing. And this is where I bring up another point from earlier. I want CM Punk to win here. I really do. Nothing against Hangman Adam Page. He's a good guy and he's been a good champion. But this is how I see it. With the ratings the way they've been, struggling for the past month, and with the NBA and NHL playoffs now winding down going into June, you need something to get this crowd back, to get the ratings back to where they are. How do you do that? CM Punk as your champion. Put that belt on CM Punk, and that crowd that has been watching the NBA and NHL playoffs for the past month and a half or now, they're like, wait a minute, they gave the belt to Punk? I gotta see that now. And that increases the casual viewer too, because that'll be his first championship in over 8 years now. Close to 8 years. I think it is over 8. Oh, CM Punk got the championship? They gave him the belt? Oh, I gotta see what happens. I gotta turn on Dynamite Wednesday. That's how you do it. You need to get this crowd back. And I think putting the belt on CM Punk is gonna do that. And then, this gets even more interesting now. Yeah, MJF isn't done with CM Punk yet. He said it himself. Oh boy. You put that belt on CM Punk, there's your main event for All Out. CM Punk versus MJF for the AEW World title. There you go. I hope they go that route. Because then you can get MJF and Punk back for their second match. Hangman, I don't know what you do with Hangman at that point. But Kenny Omega's coming back too soon. He's probably going to want another shot. But man, oh man. I think if you give that belt to Punk, one, you get the crowd back and the ratings. That'll be a nice little ratings boost. And then you could set up your all-out main event between him and MJF. So, those are my thoughts for Double or Nothing tomorrow night. I appreciate all of you who have stuck around, have been listening to this and watching, even though you have just heard my glorious voice the whole time. 12-match show tomorrow at 8 p.m. Bleacher Report Live. Again, it costs $50. We're going to see. We will see how this show goes. It's a lot of matches. And of course, the stinking Game 7 is going to throw a monkey wrench in the whole thing. Who knows what's going to happen, but I will definitely be watching. I love AEW. I just it's not even the alternate anymore for myself, really. It's just what I watch for wrestling, you know? Yeah, I check in with WWE every once in a while, but AEW is what I've been watching now for a while. And I like what they're doing, so hopefully we get a good show tomorrow night. If you do watch, enjoy it. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend as well. And I want to thank you all for listening to this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And I will see y'all for the next one.